Welcome back to the channel. So on this build today, you're gonna see something that might be a bit confusing. Looks like we have a Spyderco blade with Damascus steel, but this is not a Spyderco blade. So a while back, I had a customer reach out and request that I use a Chinese-made, basically almost like a Spyderco imitation blade. Now they do not claim, it's not like they're lying to people saying this is an original Spyderco. It's actually a handmade knife, but it does have this trademarked O kind of cut out here for accessing the blade. But anyways, it is China, and I don't think they particularly care about American trademarks. I did warn my customer, it's Chinese, all this kind of stuff. It's not authentic, not Spyderco or anything. And he still wanted to go forward with it, and I was very hesitant, but at the same time kind of curious just to kind of see how it looks, how it performs, how it fits. Now, it's kind of in between, so it's not the same shape as a honeybee. You'll see it is significantly taller here up top. So it kind of reminds me of almost like a mixture of the ladybug kind of shape, but it's in the honeybee size. So anyways, I guess the advantage here is going to be that it's ready to go, right? And so it's plug and play. You open up your 58 millimeter, you drop this in there, and you have a Spyder Nox. Okay, fake Spyder Nox. Now the first couple things I noticed was it comes dull. All right, so it does have an edge. It can cut paper, but as you can see, I mean, not worried at all about cutting myself against that edge. Next major issue that people will have is that the pivot bore right here was way too small. It was about a 1.3 or 1.4 millimeter. It has to be 1.6, preferably 1.65 millimeters here for that pivot bore. All right, so that was something that I had to basically already mod before I even started checking it. All right, so the sharpness of it, and they claim this is a Damascus steel, which I guess gives it some of its appeal. Now, I'm no expert to tell you if this is or isn't. I mean, it does have a bit of a texture feeling. It doesn't feel laser engraved, but anyways, maybe somebody can let me know in the comments what you think, if that is legit Damascus or if it's not. All right, but then the next thing that I wanted to test and see actually is how it fits. Here it is in a one layer, basically, just kind of a test. And so I noticed that it does snag my finger, even with this other tool closed. It's already starting to snag my finger right there. And it's already kind of dangerous. Then you open up the tool opposite it that actually raises it up even higher. Now you can see that tip right there. This is gonna have to be worked on before I can use it. And so basically this knife, this Spyderco imitation is not a plug and play. It does need a bit of work if you were to use this. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this build and I'll show you how it looks once you get it all assembled. All right, and here it is after the modifications and the assembly. So now you'll see this does not snag my finger. So basically what I did is I took down a bit of steel right here, just so that this would ride a bit lower. I also took out some steel on the back because when I opened it up, it wasn't completely straight. It looked, I don't know, I didn't like how it looked, so I took off some of the back as well. So I had to do some modifications to this plug and play, supposedly knife here. But that's how it looks in the knife. As you can see, it does stick out quite a bit more than when I use the honeybee blade. This ends up being about like, maybe close to like this. And so quite a bit less than what this right here sticks out. All right, so for the rest of the tools, I'm gonna show you those real quick. So I use the hook blade right here. These are still kind of oily from assembly. All right, they got the scissors. You can see that the tools have been acid etched and copper washed, kind of to help match the copper liners there. On this side, we have the scalpel holder. Still nice and snappy there. All right, then next up is the nail file with the flat head on the end. And the last tool is the Phillips combination tool. Now for the pick and tweezers, we went with the black one, just because it looks really good on these carbon fiber scales. Just kind of finishes the overall look and design of the knife. All right, so I'm curious you guys' thoughts about this Chinese blade here. Personally, I really wish that they had not done this circle here. If they had done something different, I don't know, some of the different designs, something that's not trademarked, there'd be no problems at all with this. I'm not hating on this being Chinese. The only thing is I'm worried about the legality of that. I don't think I'll be in any trouble because it's not like I'm making this blade. I just purchased it and used it. But let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments. That's gonna get me into trouble, or if it won't. And let me know what you think about it overall. Like I said, the major issues with this is that the pivot bore, I had to drill that out. That was way too small. I had to do some modifications right here so that it wasn't snagging my finger when it was closed. But anyways, let me know your thoughts about that. Let me know what you think about the knife overall, the design of this, with the carbon fiber, with the copper liners. I think it looks really nice personally, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.